Oral Language and Print Awareness Letter Knowledge by Avery Swenson. Concepts of print. How any typed or handwriting texts are structured and read for meaning. Print contains meaning, parts of a book and book orientation, directionality, one-to-one correspondence, reading vocabulary, and mechanics. There are a bunch of different types of print. It could be pull-up banners, displays, posters, digital, vinyl, and many, many more. Print contains meaning. Stories and books stay the same each time they are read, and environmental prints as well. Just like McDonald's stays the same, besides they have now updated, and it is not red and yellow anymore. They are more gray. Hershey's chocolate, milk chocolate, stays the same, the label and the color. Stop signs always stay the same everywhere you go, and the Toys R Us logo always stays the same as well. There are many other things that stay the same, like Walmart, Kmart, Target, but these are just the few that I displayed. Parts of books and book orientation. They should also point out the covers, title, author, and illustrator, gradually asking the students to help locate this information of books. Just like in this display. Parts of the book. It shows the book cover, the barcode, the spine, the cell number, the illustrator, the author, an illustration, the title, and the front cover. Directionality. Start at the top of the page. You read from left to right, and you also read from top to bottom. Just like in this picture down here. We read from left to right and from top to bottom. Reading vocabulary. You have to know the difference between letters, words, sentences, and pages. These are letters. These are words, and these are sentences. You have to know the letters and the sounds to make the words to create the sentences. You also cannot read the page numbers as the part of your reading. The page numbers tell you what page you are on in a book. Alphabet knowledge. You must know the difference between upper and lowercase letters. You must know the difference between numbers and letters. You must know all letters make sounds and all numbers represent a quantity. So here's an example of upper and lowercase of each letter in the alphabet. Here's an example of all lowercase with a picture, and it also shows what the mouth should look like when you are talking. And here it shows numbers and how you could add, subtract, and what they equal. And here it shows all uppercase letters, and each letter is made into an animal that starts with that letter. For an example, A is alligator, but up here, A is apple. Mechanics of print. You need spaces, capital letters, and punctuation marks. Each sentence should start with a capital letter. Between each word, there should be a space. And at the end of a sentence, there should be punctuation. There are also different types of punctuation. A period is a full stop at the end of a sentence. A comma is to separate items in a series. A colon is to introduce a list. A semicolon is to join independent clauses. Question marks is to show that you are asking a question. Explanation is after an explanation or something you are excited about. A slash is to separate letters or numbers or etc. Apostrophe is to show when a letter or a number has been left out. An @ sign is for email addresses. Ellipsis marks are one or more words have been intentionally left out. Round brackets add extra information to a sentence, and quotation marks are to indicate a phrase to show that someone else has written or said it. Oral language. There are components of oral language. Phonology, speech sounds of languages. Pragmatics, social dynamics of language, form, content, and use. Semantics are mooning of language. Syntax is the order of words, sentence, or structure. And morphology is the meaningful units of words. And it shows where they are all located at in the brain. It shows social skills at the back, then it goes to vocabulary, then grammar, and then speech sounds. It shows the ear, it goes comprehension and receptive language, and spoken and expressive language out the mouth. The summary. Print contains meaning. 2. Books contain predictable components, and they are held right side up and read from front to back. 3. Print is read from the top of the page to the bottom. Words and sentences are read from left to right. 4. When reading, each spoken word has a corresponding print word. 5. Letters, words, sentences, and pages mean different things. 6. There are predictable mechanics used in print. This includes putting spaces between words, starting a sentence with a capital letter, and ending a sentence with a punctuation mark. 7. Letters are written in a predictable way each time, and they have specific names. There are also notable differences between letters and numbers. And 8. Oral language takes place in many different parts of the brain and has many components that occur with oral language as well. And here's my works cited. Thank you.